Tutsi-backed rebels M23 claim they have captured Goma, which is the largest city in eastern Congo.
An uptick in the death toll from the South African National Defence Force. 4 more soldiers killed in ongoing conflict there between members of the UN peacekeeping mission, the SADC mission, as well as M23 rebels.
The Democratic Republic of Congo, one of the most resource-rich nations in the world, is once again making headlines, but not for the right reasons. A brutal conflict in the eastern part of the country has claimed the lives of several soldiers, including South African peacekeepers. But why are they there in the first place? Who are they fighting? And what does this mean for the people of the DRC? Let's break it all down. To understand the presence of foreign troops, we need to go back in time. Eastern Congo has been a war zone for decades, plagued by armed groups, ethnic tensions, and competition over valuable minerals. The United Nations has had peacekeepers in the country since 1999, but the violence has persisted. More recently, the Southern African Development Community, SADC, sent troops, including South African soldiers, to help stabilize the region. One of the most dangerous groups in the region right now is M23, also known as the March 23rd Movement. This rebel group is mainly made up of ethnic Tutsi fighters and has been accused of receiving support from neighboring Rwanda, something Rwanda denies. They claim to be fighting against the Congolese government's discrimination, but in reality, they are seizing territory, displacing civilians, and causing chaos. But M23 isn't the only problem. The DRC is home to over 100 armed groups, each with its own agenda, some fighting for land, others for control over minerals like gold and coltan, which are used in our smartphones. It's a violent web of power struggles.
This matters to all of us. And why? Because Eastern Congo has some of the richest reserves of critical minerals in the world. Almost every smartphone, smart fridge, electrical vehicle, solar panel, and wind turbine would not work without the cobalt, tantalum, copper, and rare earth elements mined in Eastern Congo.
In recent weeks, the fighting has reached a boiling point. M23 rebels have launched major offensives, even reaching the outskirts of Goma, the largest city in eastern DRC. The South African National Defence Force, SANDF, deployed as part of the SADC mission, has been caught in the crossfire. As of now, 13 South African soldiers have been killed. The situation is so bad that hospitals are overwhelmed with casualties, and over 500,000 people have been forced to flee their homes in just 1 month. And the anger isn't just in the conflict zones. In the capital, Kinshasa, people have taken to the streets, attacking and looting embassies of countries they believe are backing M23, especially Rwanda. It's a diplomatic nightmare. So, where does this all lead? The DRC's conflict isn't just about one rebel group or one government. It's about a deeply rooted struggle over power, resources, and ethnic divisions. Foreign involvement only makes things more complicated, and peacekeeping efforts, while noble, are struggling to contain the violence. The international community has condemned the violence, but words alone won't stop the bloodshed. If the fighting continues, we could see even more foreign intervention, worsening humanitarian conditions, and perhaps even a full-scale war between neighboring countries. The DRC's tragedy is one that has lasted for generations, and unless real solutions are put in place, the cycle of violence will continue.
I can hear the sound of bombs, the crackle of falling bullets. We decided to stay at home because as long as there are wars, those who flee the war can also die or live a bad life. That's why we thought it was better to stay at home than to die fleeing a war. If we're going to die, it's better to die here.
What do you think should be done to end the conflict? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it so more people can understand what's really happening in the DRC.